Howdy folks, my name is Effing Controller, and we're continuing on with our playthrough of Crusader Kings 2, and I thought that I would start this episode off with a thrilling deep dive into the world of medieval inheritance law. So buckle up, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. This is us here on the family tree, and this is actually Duchess Soapy. We're actually distant cousins, and I worked it out before the video. We are third cousins once removed. And that actually makes Mara our third cousin. Our former wife, Mara, who we had David and Marab. Yes, nailed it. Parent of the year. Remembered both of my sons' names. She was actually our third cousin, so we had a little dash of incest in there. Not a big deal. Pretty typical for the time. So we've got these two kids here. They actually appear twice because, like I said, she is actually our cousin, so when it's looking at the offspring of these different folks, it's going to list all their kids, and it's in some cases going to list them twice because otherwise the tree, the tree should link these two in some way, but it doesn't, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, really what we're talking about here is not the juicy tidbits that are the assorted incestuous liaisons of our line, but really, we're more concerned with why it is that my two sons are so far down the line of succession for the Duchy of Armenia. And it's because of how our inheritance law works. It's agnatic, cognatic, gavelkind. Gavelkind, for our purposes, doesn't really matter too much in this instance. It's really more important that we focus on the agnatic, cognatic portion of it, which means that males inherit over females, and not just male individuals, it's male lines over female lines, and that is so important for our case. We will see why that is here in a moment, but let's start with Soapy. She's down here. She, let's say that she dies. Let's fantasize about her dying. The game will say, okay, well, oh my goodness, she doesn't have any kids. So let's go back up, and let's see if Duke Ashot has any siblings. Duke Ashot had a sibling named Mara. Mara has 2 kids, but since she's a lady, forget her. Just forget about her for now. If things get really bad, we'll look at this. But for now, forget about her. It's really pretty much how it works. And then it'll say, okay, there's no more siblings, so let's go back up the line to the previous Duke, and let's see if Duke Simbat the Confessor has any living male siblings. He doesn't have any living male siblings, but this male line of Duke Bagrat and then Duke Tornik, they're both dead, but they have living male offspring. And this Count Grigor of Tau, as a result, is the heir to the Duchy of Armenia. Then it goes to Bagrat Bagrazioni, and then it goes to Tatovig. And then if the game were, if all 3 of these kids died, I think it would say, okay, well, let's go over here. Oh, Hripsame had a son, but Hripsame is a lady, and she's not as close in the running as Mara. So these 2 are still set aside into a different category. We're going to actually have to go through all the male lines before we actually look at them at all. So then it's going to go back over here. Did Duke Ashot III have any siblings? Not at all. Duke Simbat II had a brother. Does he have any viable male lines? My God, he does. Not just from King Ashot, but from Prince Adornace. These 2, well, actually all 3 of these jerks have a stronger claim than my 2 sons. Because I actually am here. I technically have a very, very, very weak claim. But I'm over here with my weak claim. I don't even think I technically have a weak claim because it's so remote. Yeah. But the reason why my sons do have a weak claim is because of Mara. Mara is... Mara's line has a proximity of blood claim, I think would be the way to put it. I think that's how that concept works. I don't know if that's how proximity of blood works, but it's because I think we had a line that was, or our line is pretty close to the ruling line. Does that make sense? Doesn't have to. That's how the logic works, though. So only after dozens of people die do my sons really figure into the actual primary inheritance of the Duchy of Armenia. So, the takeaway from that is that we probably ought to press this claim while we have it, because it's going to go away eventually. So I think that I'm going to do that. I was kind of hesitant to declare war on Armenia, not just because it's going to be a big war, but also because it puts us near the Abbasids, and the Abbasids are terrifying. I don't like them. They're a huge country. They have a ton of troops and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit nervous about doing this. However, they are suffering from multiple revolts right now, it looks like. Let's see if I can find the actual caliphate here. Yeah. Yeah, they're defending against 2 revolts right now. I don't know if their situation is going to get any better, or at least better enough that they can turn their attention to us. So I'm going to throw the dice. And I also was thinking, you know, well, maybe I could expand to the north. And as some of you have rightly pointed out, these holdings are terrible. These are not good. Like Jägerlich here is a tribal holding. So in order for this to actually become something that's worth anything, I have to actually upgrade this hill fort to the point that it's a castle. And that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of money. And that's the main part. It just costs a lot. So I'm not going to even bother with that. I'm going to go ahead and just take Armenia. I might upgrade these at a later time, but for now I'm just not interested. It's going to take a while. So without further ado, let's press this damn claim. And I'm actually going to claim it on behalf of King David, or soon to be King David. He's a prince right now. So let's do that. Let's raise our military and get going here. Oh my goodness. You stay home. You 4, you just forget about it. Where should we go? Should we meet in Raketi? I think so. Alright, let's get the game going here. And hang on. Let's see how many troops they have. My spy master is actually right here, so that's really helpful. I can actually see deep into their territory. So that's let's call this 200. Well, it's a little under 200, so that's going to be 500. They have about 1,300 troops so far. They might have stuff in these holdings here, but I can't see. That was another 59. They don't have a big military. Let's look at it again. You know what? I might actually hire mercenaries. And the reason I'm doing that, strange as it may seem, even though we do outnumber them, we will have to besiege all of these holdings, or most of these holdings. And I don't know if we're going to... Whenever you win a siege, you leave troops behind, and of course you can lose troops during the siege. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and hire mercenaries. Seems a little bit excessive, I guess, in a way, but let's see if we can find one that's fairly cheap. Now, this is a cheap group, but there's a high upfront cost, and they're not full power. They only have 432 troops. So let's see. I like the sound of this. It's a lot of soldiers. This is a little bit more expensive per month. A little bit higher quality, though. I think I'm going to go ahead and hire these guys. Is that going to work? That's probably fine. I mean, it's just a siege. It's just basically a sieging force. It's not like it's super duper... Oh, wait. Hang on. You guys merge. He's just coming to the party, I guess. That sets us back, but that's okay. Okay. And I like to keep my mercenaries separate from my regular army, just so that I can dismiss them more easily, basically. There we go. Okay, now we gotta try to track down their army here. Is she in a war? Oh, goodness. So they declared a holy war on her for Azerbaijan. And of course my mercenaries are lagging behind. And there we go. And I've captured Count Vasak of Syunik. Okay. We're going to dwindle into nothingness. The nothingness that is my kingdom. That is where they are dwindling to. And in fact, yeah, they are, there's a holy war going on. Now wait, hang on. Let me look at this war of theirs. So, if he's declaring for Azerbaijan, I think that he can only take like it's when we declare a holy war for Alania or something like that. We can only take the territory that comprises that duchy. So let's take a look at the de jure duchies. Oh, that's only one county. Well, I'm not that concerned. We will not be able to take that county as a result, but we can possibly take it from them later. I'm okay with Holy Warren for that. At a later time. Maybe when the Caliphate isn't... well, when they're busy, I guess. At this point, it's just kind of a waiting game. I could... Let's see how many troops... Oh, I could take that. Yeah, let's do it like this. Select them and go over here. Have my mercenaries besiege the main county. Oh, they're going to get into a fight, though. That's okay. They should be able to handle it. Excellent. Alright, well, just have to let our sieges go, I guess, for a little while. Let's take a little peek at situation in Europe. Italy's still having a revolt. They actually managed to quell the other one. Nothing too sensational happening right now. A little revolt down there. A little bit, a little bit. And what do we got? Oh, we've converted Derbent. Let's take a look. Let's see what other religions we have. What? Is that Bogomils? Oh my god. I should have had him there to start with. Sweet merciful crap. Oh, that's bad. Let's take a look at our revolt risk, actually. Yeah. They're a different culture, but the religion thing should help a lot. They probably had a 5% earlier. Well, live and learn. That's probably from being recently conquered. Marshal Prince David told me about his ideas. I couldn't really understand what he was talking about, but he was adamant in his belief that it would improve the military. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. It's not that much money. We're not exactly swimming in money. We're not Scrooge McDuck in it, but Bishop Kvrike the Wicked. I wonder if we can do better. We certainly can. We're gonna collect taxes right there. He was actually leading troops. My steward was. That's kind of silly. It's interesting. We actually, if I didn't have my mercenaries, we would actually be making money right now during this war. That's kind of unusual. At least for a kingdom of this size, I don't think it's... And we don't have very productive holdings either. That's my opinion. You're free to differ with that. That's how I feel. Alright, what else is happening? Let's take a look at India. I don't look at India very much during my playthroughs because... What? Oh my. That's what I get for looking at India, I guess. King David is now the king. Bagrat has died. Now let's take a look at these lost titles. These have all gone to my brother Merab. He probably doesn't like me that much. He's actually going to possibly be a little bit of a thorn in our side because he's got a strong claim on the kingdom. But he inherited these counties. These two are terrible, so I don't mind that at all. But these two are a little bit more significant. So that's tricky. This is my current heir. She's envious. I'm going to go ahead and have her educated by me. Wait, no, okay, hang on. We got stuff happening here. Let's educate her. Not by him, because his son's actually... It's weird to me that he doesn't have a... He's not the king, by the way. Let's take a look again at the family tree here in a little bit, and you'll see what I mean. Go ahead and unpause. We might have some interesting... Oh, we got to take care of this, too. We got to take care of a lot of business here. We have terrible chancellors. Fuck. Okay, hang on. Let's get a marshal. Ooh. This guy also... Oh boy, we are in a pickle. I'm going to pick him. The reason is because he's not not one of my cousins. Doesn't present as much of a threat. So who's going to be our spy master? Not you. Not in a million years. Everybody hates us. What's with that? Why don't you get out of here so that you're possibly less of a threat? Because you could still be bribed to do horrible, evil things. This is another Marab. And he's leading troops, okay? God damn it. This is his son. Oh, God. We don't really have much that we need to do with a chancellor, but... God bless it. Maybe go for it. Go over to the Byzantine Empire and try to... just get out of my life. How about that? You're terrible, too. He's awful. Alright. Anyways. Should pick a focus. What would be a good focus right now? Maybe diplomacy. Diplomacy makes it less likely that you'll be killed by people. We do have a sibling, though. Although, actually, he's not the heir. It's our daughter. Let's go ahead and let's start carousing. And we have just absolutely abysmal prestige. That's because of our poison penis. Wonder if this wife's gonna die too. We really need a son, actually, at this point. Maybe I should have selected family, come to think of it. Because that would increase our fertility. Now, I might be able to take enough territory here that I can end the war prior to them being able to end their war. And I might be able to take all this territory. I watched my daughter Shukia at play with another child yesterday and noticed she didn't want to share toys. Should I make her greedy? Or should I make her charitable? Probably charitable. Let's see what happens. She got charitable. Oh boy. Now I could create duchies in order to improve my prestige. It's actually, you know what? It's actually really lucky that we declared war before my father died, because I couldn't probably, as David, press this claim. Because you saw earlier when I declared war on Armenia that we lost prestige for declaring war on an ally, and we couldn't afford to do that otherwise. Because everybody thinks that we're just like we live in a garbage can or something like that, I guess. I don't know. I think we're a big loser. We're taking her home county. Once these counties are fully taken, we should start gaining war score just by existing, basically. At a certain point, if you hold certain key territories, the game will just say, "You're great, keep getting points." Thumbs up to you. Oops. Arsenio? Ooh, 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 ooh. It's amazing. Alright, so they have concluded their war. Are they going to join? Nope, they're not going to join my siege. They're going to attack these guys. Probably going to try to gobble up war score, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough in time. Alright. Alright, we've finished that siege. Send you up to, what is this, Lori? Yeah. They're raising more troops. Good for them. And she's pregnant again, and my goodness, she is homely. I mean, come on. She needs a haircut. That hairstyle doesn't suit her face. She looks like a thumb. I mean, I'm not a style expert by any means. That just doesn't... It's not flattering. Alright. Fashion tips from effing controller. Right now I'm wearing a hoodie that is too big for me. And shorts and slippers with no socks. Pretty cool dude over here. I said odor here. Slip of the tongue. Dr. Freud, paging Dr. Freud. I stink is what I'm trying to say. I actually smell fine. Not that you can tell. Maybe if you can tell, that's a problem. I grow more and more impatient with Chancellor Guaram. I'm really going to give him a tongue lashing. He doesn't like me. He really doesn't like me. Let's see if we can get some more sycophants in our court. God, everybody's bad. So bad. I don't want to look at India again. I do want to look elsewhere, though. Let's get that out of there. That's just bad news entirely. I'm kind of surprised that Sweden hasn't blobbed out like it usually does. Princess Shukia is impulsive and seems unable to tell right from wrong. What should I do with my wayward daughter? Arbitrary is a really crummy trait. So either my options are to encourage her to be fickle and inconsistent morally, or to beat the shit out of her. I think we all know the answer to that. Yay, child abuse. Hooray, Crusader Kings 2. It's a good, solid, moral game. Koba. We have a Koba commander in our stead. Alright. I don't have any ambitions I can pick. That's okay. After this war, I think that we're going to kind of settle into a period of peace and tranquility and building. Because we've gained a ton of territory, really, when you think about it. This right here was the entirety of our kingdom. Just this. For a long period of time. And in just a few short years, we've expanded and will have this, and we've expanded to these other territories too. I kind of want to take this, just to make my borders tidy. It's a typical Paradox player right there. Oh, that's just so ugly, I can't stand it. I can't stand no more. I wonder if I could actually offer him vassalization. Yeah. He's like, nope. Not even remotely. Actually, if I create the duchy that he's a part of, Armenia, there's actually a lot of perks for me creating duchies in a way, because I could possibly press this guy into my realm, but also, well, that's not even that big of a gain, so let's not even talk about that. I want to amass wealth. Well, gain stewardship, that's fine. We're actually gaining money. Oh, we were gaining money for a brief period there. I thought I saw that we were gaining money, but we're not. Disregard. That was a lie. Dishonesty. But creating that duchy would give me prestige, which I need pretty sorely. I mean, even if I did have more aspirations to expand, I'd be pretty limited by this lack of prestige, especially if we want to do anything related to, like, forged claims and things like that. I think we would have to put prestige up front. Could be wrong about that, actually. Okay, the war is over. If you want it, offer peace. Sweet, merciful crap. And check it out. We got that territory, too, that they were warring for. So, you're dismissed. Stand down. Do we have any more holdings as a result of that? No. We have just added the duchy to our personal suite of titles here. You can probably see, yes, Duchy of Kartli and Duchy of Armenia. So, that means if we have an additional son, that he will inherit one of those duchies, and then the other son will inherit the other. That could create a little bit of a problem, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Actually, that's probably a good time to end the episode. We've just conquered the much sought-after Duchy of Armenia. What will happen in the next episode? Stay tuned! Well, don't stay in front of your computer, because it's probably going to be a few days before I upload another episode of this. But look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys then. This has been Effing Controller, playing Crusader Kings 2.